Hi everybody, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs, and I'm getting ready to do the launch video for a wallet named after me. My friend Holly at Purses by Holly named this wallet after me, Barbie's leather wallet. So cute. Wait till you see it. So I've made two testers, both out of black leather. And I used a number 3 and a number 5 zipper. She recommends a number 3, and I completely agree with her. So it's got a 4.5 inch purse clasp, which I sell on my website, and I have plenty of them in stock. This is leather. The black is leather. You have a little gusseted zipper pocket here. Plenty of room, actually. It's really good size. Then you have 3 card slots here, 3 card slots here, and a place for cash and receipts, or whatever you want to put in there. It is very compact and raw edge. I don't think it needs edge painting, but she gives you that option, and she tells you where she'd recommend edge painting. So this is one I've made. This is another one I made. I did use a number 5 on this one, which is okay. It just doesn't need a number 5. But if that's all you have, that works as well. I really recommend a number 3. Okay. Then I made this leather one. This is a 3.2 ounce leather. I did use a number 5 here. Again, I wouldn't recommend it. Nice big gusseted pocket. And then you have your purse clasp, your credit card slots, 3 of them, and your wallet for cash or whatever. Very cute. Again, this is raw edge, and I did not edge coat it. It doesn't need it, personally. And I did on this one, she tells you that this is a great location for your tag. You could put it there on the inside, or you could put it on the back, or you could put it on the front, whatever you choose. So I'm going to do another one out of this, and I'm going to record the video. It is launching today. So thank you, Holly. I love this wallet. This will be number 4 for me. Now, a couple things to note. It is called the Barbie leather wallet. So I highly recommend that you try it in some leather. And she gives you the ounce and all that in the pattern. When you use purse clasp, there has to be some amount of thickness to fit in there. You don't want it overly thick, but you want it thick enough where it has something to bite onto. Another tester, Lori, tested it in cork, and she doesn't recommend cork. It's too thin. It's too thin. Now, if you were going to use vinyl, remember it's raw edge. Just make sure that it's thick enough, or if you have to add an extra piece of Decaville Heavy in between the tops, you could do that. But it's made to be a leather wallet. It doesn't require much leather. So here are my 2 pieces of leather that I'm going to use. This is the card slot piece of leather. I already cut my card slots. So I just put holes on the sides and cut them. And then I have double-sided tape on the top and the bottom, and then underneath each card slot. So that's the card slot. This is piece, let me tell you what the name of this piece is. This is piece B. The card slot piece is piece B. Piece A is the back, exterior back, and that's where you're going to put your zipper and have the gusset there. So that's piece A. Then you have piece C, which is wallet back lining, and I am using wallet lining self-adhesive for that. And then piece D, I'm also using wallet self-adhesive for that. Okay. Piece E is the pocket extender, the little gusset. That's all that is. And then you have 2 card slot fabrics. Now, I highly recommend the first couple that I used landscaping fabric. I wouldn't do it because you're using some adhesive for the lining. If you're using landscaping fabric, the adhesive can go through the landscaping fabric and make your card slot sticky. So I would recommend using a really thin waterproof canvas. That's what this is. She tells you where to mark them. There's 3 marks, one here, and one down here on both pieces. So this is just a very thin waterproof canvas. In fact, I think it's 300 denier. Then I have my clasp, and I have my tiny little zipper. It's a tiny little zipper. It doesn't need much. It's number 3 with the number 3 zipper pull. And then we're going to do the 90-degree turn on one side of it. Okay. Just make sure when you're making it that you follow her measurements. Again, I am not going to do any edge coating on it. I don't personally think it needs it. Not this leather. The other thing I would be caution you, especially on your card slot piece, use a piece of leather or a piece of vinyl that has some weight to it. Because if you don't, these card slots can get kind of wavy. This is 3.2 ounce leather, and I didn't have any trouble fitting it in. It was a good weight to fit into the top of my purse clasp. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so one of the first things I'm going to have you do is get a card, some kind of a card, credit card, and check that your card slots are wide enough. Okay, if you follow her pattern, they should be, but just make sure that your card goes in and out of them pretty easily. Then I am also going to put my tag right here, and I'm just using one of my beautiful thing tags. And we're going to stitch that on and pull those threads to the back. Actually, my thread messed up, so I won't be able to pull it to the back. That's okay. We'll backstitch. Not a big deal. Sometimes thread messes up, you know? Happens. I have no idea what it did. Okay. Can't even tell. Okay. So there's my It's a Beautiful Thing tag. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing we want to do is mark your card slot fabric. So like I said, she gives you 3 marks on the wrong side. So on this one, I marked down, and I'm going to fold that down by that mark. Okay. On both of these. And I would use her dimensions for the card slot. It works out perfectly in the end. I'll show you. Okay. Then take your card slot, and on the bottom, underneath the bottom card slot, take that double-sided tape off and lay your fabric centered. And you want to get it fairly close to your slit. Okay, so centered on each side. Turn it over. And then we're going to stitch underneath the card slot. And I'm just going to back stitch. You could take the time to pull the threads to the back. Absolutely. But what you want is, that's what it looks like underneath, and you want to make sure it caught your card slot fabric. Okay? And then take the tape underneath the second one and fold it on your line. Just underneath that next card slot. Okay? And stitch under the second line. Okay, and again, just make sure you caught your card slot fabric on the back side, and we did. All right, take the paper off the third card slot and fold your fabric on that line. I'm trying to find my line. There it is. Okay. And bring that up underneath that card slot. Centered. Turn it over and top stitch underneath that one. Okay. Perfect. And then for the remaining card slot, we're going to take the tape off the top and bring that up to the top, just shy of the top, and stitch across the top. This stitching will not be seen. This will be hidden underneath the purse clasp. Okay. So before we go any further, let's test them. That's perfect. 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 Okay. Nice. Now we're going to repeat that on this other side. Take the bottom off underneath the first card slot. Your fabric is right side up. And center that. I'm not getting it very centered. There we go. Okay, turn it over. Stitch under that card slot. Again, just make sure you caught your fabric on the back like this, right there. Take the tape off the second card slot, fold it, on your line, and bring it up to that, underneath that card slot. Okay, turn it over. Top stitch. Okay. One more. Take the paper off the third card slot. Fold it on that line. Lay it right below that card slot. Turn it over and top stitch. Okay. And for the last one, take the top piece off and bring it up just shy of the top. Okay. And top stitch across the top. Okay. Now is when I'll go through and just burn any threads very gently that I might have left behind on my card slots. It's leather, so you need to be a little careful. Okay. Then the last thing we're going to do here is put a little piece of double-sided tape to hold these nice and flat. Just like that. Nothing fancy. You just want them to be nice and flat. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, next step. So now take your zipper. Let me pull this over. And we're going to just baste these 90 degrees down so that they stay in place. Just a few little stitches right there. Okay, do the other side. And then if you have excess zipper tape, which you probably will, just trim that off and then burn that end. So that's what you should have. That's what it looks like on the front, and that's what it looks like on the back. Okay. Now I'm taking a piece of double-sided tape. My fabric is right side up. And we're going to lay our zipper right side up, centered. Oops. Oh, my tape came off. Let's use a piece of 1/4 inch. Okay. Center your zipper on your piece here. Perfect. And then I am going to base that in place just briefly, just a tiny bit. Okay. Then we're going to put another little piece of tape there. And fold that over, wrong side together, by what she tells you to in the pattern. Okay, just like that. So that's what you should have. Wrong side, right side of your zipper. Wrong side of your zipper, right side of your fabric. Okay. Now, take your piece, I believe this is piece A, and I already put double-sided tape on the top of my zipper hole, the bottom of my zipper hole, and on each side of my gusset. Okay. Now, take piece E, and we're going to lay that wrong side up. And we're going to attach it just on the bottom, straight of your gusset piece. Just like that. Okay. Now, take the bottom off underneath the zipper. And we're going to lay your zipper right side down. It's kind of hard to see. Right side down. And get it in there as straight as you can. Okay. Take the top off, the tape off the top, and lay your zipper there as well. So that's what you should have on the front, and this is what it looks like on the back. The wrong side of the zipper, but the right side of your lining. Okay, next step. All right, now pull your zipper pocket out of the way and add another double-sided piece of tape on your piece E. Take the paper off, and we're gonna fold our, just temporarily, our zipper pocket under just a little, just like that, with that tape. Now I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to stitch up this side and underneath our zipper. Right here, a 90 degree. Here and here. Okay. And you're going to stop a couple stitches past the end. Okay, perfect. All right, so that's what you should have. We caught the top of our pocket, and we caught this side. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, now what we want to do is bring this up, our zipper pocket. Oops, no, we want to bring this over. And take the tape off on this side here. You can get the paper off. And bring that, I'm going to get my zipper out of the way, just a little. And bring that up and down. Creating your little zipper gusset there. So just like that, okay? Then on top of that, we're gonna bring up oops, I gotta get some more tape on top of the zipper. A lot of tape. Tape is your friend. And bring your zipper pocket lining up on top of your zipper. Just like that. Okay. So from the front, that's what you have. If you open your zipper, you've got a little zipper gusset there. It's a beautiful thing. Now we are going to stitch from here on the outside of our gusset up and across the top of our zipper and back down to meet where we started. So up over here, up and over and down where we stopped. Okay, and just make sure that everything is staying where it's supposed to. There we go. Yep. Perfect. Let's see how we did. Okay, we missed this a little bit. So that's okay. I'm just going to go back over it. I'm not really sure. Oh, I didn't put another piece of tape there. My bad. That's okay. Let's add another little piece of tape and we'll just go over those stitches again. Not a big deal. Happens. You were supposed to put a little piece of tape here so it stayed where you wanted it. So while you sewed it, it would catch it. There we go. Now let's just go right back over those same stitches. Not a big deal. Just on this side. I think I caught it up here, yeah. Okay, let's see if that worked. You can't even tell, really. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, now to close this side, we're just going to start on the bottom and close it as far up as we can. And that's it. And there you have your zipper pocket. A fully lined, gusseted zipper pocket. It's actually a pretty good size pocket. All right, let's set that aside. Let me get rid of my tape here. Next. All right, take your piece C and your piece D. Your piece C goes on your back piece with your zipper, and I'm using the self-adhesive lining. So I'm just trying to get the paper off. Okay. And we're just going to add that as nice and straight. The nice thing about this lining is you can lift it if you don't get it on exactly how you want it. It's pretty easy to work with, really. Just want to make sure your pocket is nice and flat. And then if you want to roll it, then I would do that. Okay, and let's repeat that with this one. And this is another reason we want our pockets to be flat, and that we don't want to use anything where adhesive can get through the card slot fabric. And landscaping fabric will prevent you from using something adhesive. That's what I found. Okay. And just go slow. Perfect. Perfect. And roll it if you need to. Using your fingers works great. Okay. Now what we want to do is lay these right sides together, right side up, and we're going to top stitch. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, we're going to top stitch on the left side of the zipper and on the right side of the card slot. 1/8 of an inch top stitch. Perfect. Perfect. And then on this left side of the zipper pocket. Okay. Take the time to burn any threads that are kind of hanging out there. The ones on the top here will be hidden underneath your purse clasp. But and if you have any wallet lining hanging out, just trim that off. Very little. Let's see, do I have any here? No. Okay, perfect. All right. Next step. All right, take piece A, and where it shows 2 little marks, transfer those to the right side of your zipper pocket piece. Okay. So I transferred those right there. Okay, now we are going to attach. Here's our top stitch on this side. Here's our top stitch on this side. Those need to be on the same side. Top stitch, top stitch. Then we are going to match up our top and clip that together. And our side, and clip that together. And then we're going to sew from here over down to that first mark. We already top stitch here and here. Okay. Just want to make sure that you've got things lined up well. Okay. And you're going to stop at that first mark right here. And backstitch well. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Then we're going to repeat that on this other end. So this is what the wallet's going to look like. So plain on the front, you open it up, you see your tag. Clip your side and your top so that they align. And then we're going to start and stop at that line. Okay. I'm going to do it from the inside so I can see. And I need to transfer that mark. Let me see. There we go. All right, let's do it. Okay, stop at that mark. And backstitch. And it leaves a little poofiness here, and that's what you are supposed to have. Okay. Let's burn our threads. All these threads will be hidden under the purse clasp. Okay, oh my. Perfect. Okay. Let's grab our purse clasp now and our screws, and we're going to grab a little glue. So on these purse clasps, you have screws on the inside of each piece. The outside is obviously screwless. Okay. So you want to make sure that when you put your purse clasp on, that the front is the one that has the hole. So this one. Okay, let's just dry fit them and make sure they fit good. Yep, they fit perfect. Nice and snug. Okay. Yep. Now I'm going to draw where my hole needs to be so that when I cut it out, I can see that. So I just traced inside that hole, and I take it off and you can see my little trace. Let's just dry fit this piece on this side. Make sure it fits good. Yeah, it does. Awesome. Okay. So let's cut out our hole. Let me find what I did with my bar. All right, so I traced that. Now I'm just using this little die I got off Amazon. I got it years ago, actually. And I'm just going to cut out that hole with my little die. And now I have my little hole for my clasp. I'm just going to burn the threads that are right there. And then the other thing that some do, and you don't have to do this, I don't even think it's in the pattern, but you see this right here, you can see it. When we do our purse class, you'll be able to see it. So I just mark it and make it black. Just be really careful you don't get it on the front or the inside. So that's all I did. This is just a shoe. It's called Premium Midsole Marker Black. Got it on Amazon. It's not very expensive. Okay. Then for that piece, I'm gonna, since I'm using leather, I'm using some Aleene's leather and suede glue. I got it on Amazon. It was like $5. Just make sure when you're putting it in here that you don't overdo it and you keep it away from that hole. Oop, I got a lot in there. Okay, and then remember the screws are on the inside. And we're just gonna get that on there nice and snug. Perfect. And then we're gonna screw it in. And I do recommend using glue, even though it's held on with screws. There are 4 screws on each side. And each of these purse clasps comes with 10 screws. So if you lose 1 or 2, you got extra. Okay, so that one's on there. So it looks like from the front. Perfect. Now let's do this back piece. Okay, again, be sparing with your glue. Doesn't need much, just a little. And the screws go on the inside. And be sure and look at it from both sides to make sure you got it on nice and even and that you covered any previous stitching. I think they make these screws tiny on purpose to drive people crazy. That's what I think. Okay. Put everything away. Take a look. And that is it. So with these purse clasps, they come with a protective plastic. So when you're done, just take that off. It just keeps things from getting all scratched while you're working with it. So take the plastic off. And around this clasp part, you can just melt it. It's not going to hurt the clasp. Just make sure you don't burn your leather. And same thing on this side. Just take it off. And you are done. You have a very cute, useful wallet. Let me turn this so you can't be blinded. The Barbie leather wallet by Purses by Holly. Thank you, Holly. I just love it. So there's the front. You could put a tag here. The back has your huge, really huge for this wallet, a zipper pocket gusseted. It's nice and large. And then on the inside, you have 3 credit card slots here, 3 card slots down here, and a place for cash or receipts, whatever you want it to be. Isn't that just the cutest thing? And it smells like leather. It's beautiful. So it can actually hold quite a bit. It's flat right now because I have absolutely nothing in it. But look at that. Isn't it cute? The Barbie wallet, Barbie leather wallet by Purses by Holly. I would recommend trying leather or a thicker vinyl. This leather is 3.2 ounces. She gives you ounce recommendations in the pattern, but you want something thick that will fill these clasps up. And the reason I say that is you don't want a lot of space here underneath. You want it to be filled up with your fabric. Cute, cute. Thanks for watching. Go get the pattern and get started.